Welcome to the CGIFarm quick start video introduction. I'm Alex and I'm going to show you how easy it is to get started using our system. The first thing you must do is to create an account. So go on the create an account page, fill in the information, click the button, and then you'll receive an email asking you to confirm the address as being a valid one. The next thing will be is to click on the software download and click the download link here. Right here you can see the changelog with the bug fixes and the features that are implemented into the latest version. And I'm going to unzip this. Run the installer. We can read and accept the license terms and continue the installation. The first time you are going to install the application, you'll be logged out, so use the email address and the password you set to log in. I'm going to jump into 3ds Max. This, by the way, is the application which communicates with our server, and the 3ds Max plugin communicates with our server through this application. So this application must be started before you upload anything on our servers. Inside 3ds Max, after it finishes loading, under rendering menu you'll see render with CGIFarm. This is the plugin inside 3ds Max. To use this, I need to have a scene loaded. Click on sanity check again. Here you can see some of the warnings that I have, and if I click on single frame distributed, I get more warnings, and some of them have this gear right here. This means that we have implemented the quick fix, and if you right click and remove the keys, it will remove all the keys, or for example fix the subdivision number. And the next thing is to click on the prepare. On the prepare stage, you have the option to add multiple 3ds Max scenes. So if your package, if you have scenes that uses the same assets, this is a good time to add them in. Make sure that the scene that you use to do sanity check uses all the assets that the other scenes uses as well, because otherwise you're going to have missing assets. To check if your assets are present, you can click on the dots here and go back to the folder where the assets are located, and if you have any missing ones, you can add them manually as well. So you can customize the package or create a custom package just for those scenes. So load up, in my case, locomotion pack, perform sanity check, and it will upload a new package, collect all the assets that are required for that scene to render properly, and then re-upload the package. All right. Yeah, so I'm ready to click on the upload button. It will create a zip archive with all those elements and begin uploading it. If you're using any caches like V-Ray or Corona UHD caches, make sure those are present. We collect them, but make sure that they got collected successfully, so you don't have any problems rendering. After you uploaded the package, it goes into a processing mode. This will open all the 3ds Max scenes and collect the settings and do the repath for all the assets. Find the assets that are located in your project folder and set the path properly. So after the processing finishes, you'll be able to click on the info button and see information about the scene. So you get the output resolution for the scene that's set, the renderer version, which in my case is V-Ray. This is the version that's installed on our server. So on my local machine I use 3.5, on the servers it's 3.6 installed. So if you're using a older version, you're going to see the version here for the version that we have installed. So if you have any problems with your scene, in this case a missing asset, you're going to see these warnings. If it's not a big deal, you can you can render without those assets, because sometimes 3ds Max keeps reference to assets that you're no longer using in the scene. For example, you have a material created using some assets that are no longer used on any objects. You're going to see a missing asset information. But we collect all the assets that we can find on the ATS Ops, which is this asset manager, asset tracking link. All right. Yeah, it's done processing. I'm going to pause the video now and come back once this, yeah, it's actually ready. So no pausing. I can go ahead and create a new job now. To choose the package name, the scene that I want to render, give this a name. Select the camera. Inside the frames, you can have a single frame and enable single frame distributed if it needs to be done. If it takes a few hours to render that frame, you can render it distributed. You can add multiple frames that you want to render, for example, to test a frame range and see if everything is rendering properly. Get some time estimate on how long it takes to render a frame, or you can simply put a range here. For the output prefix, when you're rendering multiple cameras from the same 3ds Max scene and you want to differentiate the output files when you download them to use in post-production or anything else, you can put your own prefix here. It will be added. For the post-upload, I'm going to show you quickly what this does. Let's look at my rendering settings. I set it on full HD, but let's say I want to do a quick run on render time. I want it to go like 1 minute per frame. I save my scene, actually close the plugin. So click on send and export render settings. We'll collect all the settings from your scene and give you the ability to run this before rendering. So when you see using post upload, it turns to green, and now I can create a new job. And if everything goes right, I would like to render a few frames on full HD as well. So let's get back on 920 and put it to 5 minutes. We can perform sanity check, make sure everything is fine. Then you can send and export the render settings again. You can also export the settings to be used on other scenes or just to see what's inside there. But I made a video, a more detailed video about this, and I will show you in a second where to find those. So let's cover full HD. Let's render 20. All right, so until this finished rendering, I can show you where to find more tutorials, because I made more detailed tutorials about the account and everything else. So on the page on in-depth tutorials, you have a playlist here. Clicking here, it will get you on this playlist, or clicking on the title of the video will get you on YouTube to watch the playlist. So I will be adding more videos with the features that we have, or other kind of tutorials, or create different playlists for those. So make sure you check out these videos if you run into any problems, or if you want to learn more about what can be done using our plugin. This is a great resources page. You can also check out the FAQ and the list of plugins. Here we update this list when we install a new plugin. If you have Anything that's not on this list, you can make a request on creating a ticket, and I will see what I can do as soon as possible. So yeah, I already started to receive some frames because it's a low resolution. Let's check my render time. So it's less than 1 minute. Okay, let's download a frame actually. See what's inside. Great, the resolution is there. And I'll pause the video until this finishes, or it's a good time to show you how to stop a job if you want to. For V-Ray, you need to click on the force stop to stop it right away, and sometimes it's not doing anything. That's because we lose the connection with the API, and you must refresh the page. We're going to fix this in the future, but when some action doesn't work, you can refresh the page, and that will connect to the API again and make it work. So let's see how this goes. If we get a larger frame, then everything goes fine. Alright, so we got a few frames in. We can check them out. I noticed that the time you set there is not precisely, it's not stopping precisely at that time. Some of the frames go up and down. Anyway, that's not our problem. And let's download a frame to see if the resolution is full HD on this one. And it should be. So yes, this concludes our video introduction, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us via email on info@cgifarm.com, add me on Skype, or go ahead and open the chat on the website. I'm most of the time present there. It's on my phone, so I will be able to answer very quick to your questions. Have a great day, and thank you very much for watching this video.